Need LASIK? Trust the experienced team at the LASIK Center at Evergreen Eye Center. No glasses, no contacts, no limits. What will you do? LASIK at evergreen.com.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
You know, sometimes when you go out on a date with somebody you really like, you do something that is just out of character. You know?
Yeah.
You tell yourself, I'm not that type of guy, and then you end up later on being like, I can't believe I did that on a first date.
Why are you being so creepy?
The music.
Well,
Yeah.
that's what Rachel said. She sent us an email and said she did something that she never does on a first date with the dude that she wants to call today. Rachel, what was the naughty little thing that you did?
Well, I don't know if it's like a naughty little thing, but I had sushi for the first time.
Ooh.
Wait, you ate sushi was your naughty thing?
It?
Jubal.
Well,
Whose sushi was it?
I guess the naughty part, I don't know if you want like the long or the short version of this, but it wasn't my most graceful moment.
Oh.
Okay. So you've never had sushi before. You had it for the first time on this date.
Right, yeah. So
Okay.
I meet this guy at a bowling alley. Friends of mine are having a birthday
Hold
party.
on, let me stop you right there. You didn't eat sushi at a bowling alley, did you?
Yeah, that would be a really bad mistake.
Okay.
That is
Whoa.
risky.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say, that is super risky.
No. I wasn't a strong bowler, and I sort of just hung out at the bar with another friend of mine, and like there was another guy with his friend there, and he asked me out. I gave him my number, and then he invites me out on this date. So immediately I start like looking up the guy on social media just to get a sense of like if he's a chainsaw murderer or not. You know?
Right. You're doing
always
you're
good.
doing your due diligence before you meet up with him.
Exactly.
Did you find something weird on his social media pages?
No, I got even more nervous because I'm looking at his social media and there's like pictures of him. It looks like all over the world, like hiking in Fiji
Oh,
and
no.
canoeing and
So now you've like built this guy up in your head even more.
right. He's like the Dos Equis guy in my mind. You know?
That's pretty cool. You went on a date with the Dos Equis guy.
What were you feeling leading up to your date then?
I got nervous and I just wanted to sort of be impressive. So when the idea of sushi was proposed, I didn't admit that I hadn't ever done it.
Oh.
I was like, that sounds great, of course.
You're like,
I
of
love
course, I haven't had
sushi.
sushi since I was traveling in Japan, hiking Mount Fuji.
Right? Yeah.
Oh.
So yeah, we go, and then finally I'm looking at the menu, and it's Greek to me. I'm sort of
No, it's
like,
probably Japanese.
No, it's an expression.
I'm like subtly looking for like the word cooked, and I'm not finding it.
You're like, I'll have the teriyaki chicken, thank you very much.
I talked to my girlfriend, and she was just like, dude, just order the teriyaki chicken. Well, this place is so, like, it's Japanesey that there is no teriyaki chicken, you know?
Okay.
So I admitted to him, I was like, you know what, why don't you just take over with the ordering? I'm going to be honest, I've never had sushi, so whatever you think is like the best introduction,
Oh, that's
I'm
great.
totally open to.
I bet he'd be excited about that. You know, he gets to show you something new.
So then he's like ordering eel rolls, and I didn't know like people ate eel. It's just, you know, it's
Eels?
just weird.
That's a tough one for your first time.
Yeah. And these bites seemed like outrageous, and he's gracefully eating sushi. He's putting the whole thing in his mouth. So of course I tried to put the whole thing in my mouth, and immediately I'm like, oh God, no, please, I can't. Like my cheeks are as big as they get. I'm covering my mouth with my napkin because whatever is in there is like trying to push its way out.
Oh, man. So did you spit it all over the table?
No, the first attempt ended up in my napkin.
Oh, yeah. And you can't do that low key. Like, he knew, right, that you spit it
No,
out?
because he's like studying me as I take my first bite of sushi. You know? The chopsticks were awful. Like, I don't know how anyone feels full eating with these toothpick things. Like, I don't get it.
Well, how did everything end with you guys? Did he seem just disgusted that you didn't know how to work chopsticks, or?
No, I tried to like distract him with the chat, and so we started talking about celebrity encounters.
Oh, cool. Did you have any impressive stories to share?
Yeah. I got caught smoking weed by Tom Hanks backstage at a concert when I was younger.
Oh, that's rad.
That's cool. He seems like the kind of guy that would have just sat next to you and smoked some weed with you.
Oh, my God.
He was super cool. I felt like I got busted by my dad. In a
Totally.
way.
He's like the most lovable person on the planet, too.
He was great. Yeah, he was super great.
I think that's an impressive story.
That's what I would have thought until we got to the end of the date and went out of the restaurant. And I thought he was going in for a kiss, and I leaned forward, and he planted one on my forehead.
Oh.
I
That's like a parent kissing.
Yeah, that's how I feel too.
That's what it felt like a kiss-off kiss in a way, you know?
Yeah.
But maybe he just doesn't kiss on the first date.
You know, I thought maybe he just wasn't attracted to me and, you know, all of this stuff. But then why did he ask me out, you know? So I said, I was like, you know, I had a great time, and I'd really love to do this again.
Yeah.
And he said, sure.
Hey!
Oh, okay. So you got a kiss on the forehead and a sure.
Sure. Still a yes, though.
Yeah, that's
It
usually not a
depends.
good sign.
I
Yeah,
know,
you
but
got to think of like, is it like sure, like excited, or like yeah, sure?
It was like, it was the equivalent of the kiss on the forehead.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there
sure.
was some reason that he was already planning on blowing you off.
I don't know what the nail in the coffin was, because now I'm looking at it and I was just like, oh my God, was it all of it? What was it? You know?
We'll find out. We'll play a song, come back, and then call him and get your second date update, all right?
Cool, thank you.
Okay, hang on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
Right in the middle of a second date update, and if you're just joining us, Rachel is on the phone, and Rachel hates sushi. And probably all fish now, because sushi may have ruined her date. If you didn't hear the first part, Rachel met a dude that she really likes, and they went out for sushi. She's never had sushi before, and it didn't go very well. She ended up spitting some of it out.
You know, I'm just going to say, I think it's really lame if this is the reason he's not calling you back. Because you tried something new. I think it should say that you're an adventurous person for even giving it a go.
Well, thank you, Brooke. I'll take it.
You're welcome.
Yeah,
Hopefully he feels the same way.
maybe he doesn't. He's like, no. I only date sushi connoisseurs. We'll find out. Let's dial the phone number right now. Here we go.
Cool.
Hello,
Hi, can I speak to Billy, please?
this is Billy.
Hey, what's up, man? How are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning.
Oh, okay. Hi.
Hi. Are you familiar with our radio show?
Yeah, I'm not a listener, but I know who you guys are.
Cool. Okay. You're like a lot of people then.
Yeah.
Well, I'm calling you today because Rachel wanted us to call you. Do you know a Rachel?
I do know a Rachel.
Cool.
Sorry, what's this about?
Did you go out with a girl named Rachel to eat sushi a little while ago?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. And have you been calling her back or texting her back since?
I don't really know that it's any of your business.
That's
Well,
valid.
I mean, yeah, that is valid. It's really none of our business, except Rachel emailed us because she's wondering why you're not calling her back.
Okay, well, what are you, like her brother or something?
No, but I wish I was. She seems nice.
Yeah, she does seem really nice. That's weird.
No, we do a segment on our show called the Second Date Update. So Rachel wants to know if she did something wrong when you guys went out.
Okay. Okay.
She said really nice things about you. She thought you were really awesome and that maybe she's the one that screwed everything up.
Well, what all did she tell you exactly?
Well, she told us that you guys went out to sushi and she has never eaten sushi before. And she thought she might have embarrassed herself because she ended up spitting out some of her food and couldn't use the chopsticks. And then she told us at the end of the date, you kissed her on the forehead and she asked if you guys could go out again. You said, sure. And then that was it.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. The sushi thing, like, it was just a awkward situation to begin with, but I don't know. At the end of the day, I just, after having gotten to meet her and get to know her a little bit, I just didn't really think that she's the type of girl that I'd really want to date.
Well,
The type of girl.
like anti-sushi girl or more than that?
No. What all did she tell you exactly?
That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
What, like,
Okay.
It sounds like something crazy happened that she's
Well,
leaving
no,
out.
nothing crazy happened. It's just like so we had sushi. It was like awkward and weird, but we got through it, and we ended up like exchanging, celebrity encounter stories.
Oh yeah, she did tell us that.
Oh,
She told
Yeah, I
us
forgot about
that
that.
she told us the story about her getting caught smoking weed by Tom Hanks.
and you don't like that.
No, I don't know. I actually thought that was cute. She told me that, and then she also told me about another encounter that she had with a hugely famous person that, I don't know, it just kind of unsettled me a little bit.
What was it?
Did she get caught smoking weed by Guy Fieri, too?
That is unsettling.
You guys are hilarious.
Sounds like we're killing you over there, so thank you for the compliment.
You are kind of.
Okay. In a bad way.
So whatever her story was, you didn't like it.
No, it kind of freaked me out a little bit. She hooked up with a hugely famous person.
Awesome. Who?
Is it The Rock?
She wouldn't tell me who. She told me that she went to this person's concert, like, the mid-2000s, some R&B performer, really popular at the time. She was telling me all this stuff, but she wouldn't tell me who he was, and she ended up hooking up with him. So, wondering, A, why is she not telling me who he is? And B, mid-2000s, R&B performer, hugely popular, who else am I going to think? She's talking about Usher, right?
That's who I thought
Oh.
immediately. That was the first
Right?
person
Yeah.
that came to mind. I'm like, she's the confession.
That's what I was thinking, yeah. I was thinking Usher or Keith Sweat. Either one is pretty cool.
Keith Sweat.
Yeah, for one thing, I'm not really interested in dating someone who sleeps with pop stars, but for another thing, everything that's come out about Usher in the news lately, I'm not really interested in rolling myself into an STD, if you know what I mean.
Why not? They can be fun, dude. They can be fun.
Hold on, all of you right now. She tells you that she hooks up with a major celebrity. You assume it's Usher, and then because he apparently has herpes, you think that she has it.
That sounds like pretty good math.
That is a huge leap, man.
It does kind of make sense.
That is like jumping off a cliff. You are giving her an STD and you know no actual factual information.
Okay, the fact that she gave me was that she slept with a hugely popular R&B star in the mid-2000s. So
It can only be Usher.
No, you guys, there's other
Who else
big
was there?
You guys don't know.
Whoa!
who is that?
Oh, that's Rachel. She's on the other line listening and wants to talk to you.
Yeah, first of all, I never said who it was. So for you to assume that you know and then make more assumptions?
Okay, well, why didn't she tell me who it was?
Because it's none of your business.
You're the one that brought it up.
Well, because we were talking about celebrity encounters, but it's not like...
How much fun is
It
a
was-
game of celebrity encounters if you don't say who the celebrity was?
That's true. I hooked up with a famous person once, not going to tell you who.
I'm really aghast that you presume to know who it was, and by that think that you know my health. Get out of here, honestly.
I will say sometimes I have heard that some people have to sign non-disclosure agreements before they actually do the deed with super famous people.
Look, I never said that I did the deed. I said I hooked up. That could mean kissing. That could mean whatever. See, you're assuming too, Brooke.
Well, I just assume hook up is the same as, getting it really on.
Well, maybe you're a little more fast than me.
That is probably true, Rachel.
Yeah. Well, I think if you're kissing Usher, it's only leading to one place. How do you walk away from that and not do it, even though he has herpes? Whatever.
She never said
it's Usher.
I never, ever said it was Usher.
Okay, fine. So who is it then? Tell us. If it's not a big deal, if you only hooked up and kissed this person, who is it? R. Kelly?
No.
Is it Neo?
Oh, Neo.
No.
Neo is
What? No, I'm not gonna play the guessing game. It was a funny story. I thought it was a funny story of me being a stupid kid, and now it's just become a Guess Who episode and assumptions about how fast I
I
am.
think more than anything, people just want to know who it is because none of us have ever kissed or whatever with a celebrity.
Well, you should be more charming.
Rachel,
A lot of people
wait.
have said that to me over the years, and I agree with you completely. Why can't you just say who it is, though?
Leave Rachel alone. She doesn't want to say who it is, okay?
Thank you.
It has nothing to do with whether or not she has an STD. He made a huge assumption off of no knowledge, and that's not fair to her.
Okay,
Thank you.
fine. Fair enough. But I will assume that she has STDs.
In general.
That is just rude.
Wow. I mean, that's who you are. That's the assumption that you make about people. No, you know what? You're disgusting. You think you know it all. You don't know So I'm happy to never, ever see you again.
Well, don't speak too soon, Rachel. We'll still have to ask him if he'll go out with you again. Billy, would you like to go out with Rachel on a second date? We'll pay for it.
Yeah, will you guys pay for my Valtrex prescription as well?
Oh my gosh, you're an a-hole.
You're a pig. You're a total pig.
Oh, Rachel, I am so sorry.
That's what they use to treat herpes, right?
Yeah, we get
Yes, everybody got your joke, Billy.
Funny how you seem to know everything about herpes. Now who has herpes?
Yeah, very good point, Rachel. Very good point.
You could make this so easy if you just told us who the celebrity was. Like you really
It's none of your business. And it's obvious that if we ever were to go out again, you would never let this go. So I'm not interested at all.
Oh my gosh.
Man.
That was-
Okay. Well, sorry, Rachel. Definitely not a successful second date.
No.
And look, we all respect your privacy here. You don't have to tell anybody who it is. But if you do want to text me privately later, I'd be interested.
Stop it. Just stop it.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Need LASIK? Trust the experienced team at the LASIK Center at Evergreen Eye Center. No glasses, no contacts, no limits. What will you do? LASIK at evergreen.com.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
In today's second date update, a dude named Chris emailed the show about a girl that he wants to call. Her name is Sasha, and he went into such detail about her beauty. Like, the whole email was all about how beautiful she was. It got to the point where I had to literally go read the email alone by myself in the bathroom.
Oh, you are so gross.
She sounds
Come on,
hot,
man.
Chris.
Yeah, no, she's bomb.
Oh my God, you're agreeing
Yeah.
with him? Like, what is wrong with both of you? Okay?
Well, you didn't read the email. You would have been in the bathroom, too.
Well, apparently, gets everybody hot and bothered. Who is this mystery woman?
This girl named Sasha. Oh, man, she's so hot.
Oh, man.
Your email said that you feel like you're playing out of your league a little bit.
Yeah, no, like, I'd say, like, I'm like, about, like 6 out of 10. This girl's like a 12 out of 10. Oh,
Wait, where did you find a girl that's a 12 out of 10?
it's actually at this charity auction that I went to.
Oh, so she's got a good heart.
She was like setting up, and I was like, oh my God. Like, I look across the room, like, this girl has had like hundreds of thousands of Instagram followers. Like, she is just like insanely hot.
What was she setting up? Was she part of the charity or was she actually on staff?
No. She works for the charity over there.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah. My buddy Joe was with me, and I was like, yo, you see that girl? And he was like, yeah, you don't have a chance, man. I was like, no. So I like walked over there, and I was like, hey, I need help bidding on something. She's like, oh, yeah, what's up? You know, I was like, I'm trying to bid on a date with you. And I was like,
That's a nice cheesy line.
Oh my God, did that work?
it almost worked the first time. And she was like, what are you talking? I was like, I will give $100 to charity to go on a date with you. And she actually like laughed.
She laughed right at your face.
In my face, and was like, $100 sounds a little cheap to me.
I'm with her, dude. If you're gonna pony up money for charity, you better be talking a lot more than that.
That's a lot of money, $100,
Yeah, I mean, just for a date, and then I still have to buy dinner and everything.
right?
Yeah.
But no. I was like, okay, what about 200? And she was like, you got a deal.
Hey,
Okay.
awesome.
So you purchased a date, basically.
I donated charity.
And what it sounds like is she'll do anything for that charity.
So did you get the date, or did she just have you donate and then not call you back, and that's why you're emailing?
I mean, like, it took a couple weeks. I would text her, and she'd be like, I'm busy with this. I have this work stuff. But after 2 weeks, I got the date.
Oh, man.
Nice. Congrats, my man.
I bet you were nervous leading up to that night.
Oh, man, I was so nervous. But I took her out to this really nice Italian place. It was super romantic. I figure I got one shot of this. I got to do it right.
Yeah, man.
Okay.
Man, that's a lot of
And how was the actual evening with her?
I got to know her, and we had a lot more in common than I could have ever thought. She likes sports. We're both into charities and animal, rescue, that kind of stuff. I was just blown away. I was like, this girl is the total package.
Oh, that's awesome. Now, did you get a sense that she felt the same about you?
I definitely did. I would say something and she would laugh, then she would say something and I would laugh, and we just had a lot of moments where we connected on just so many different things. It was crazy. It was just the dream date.
Okay, well, how did your date end?
So at the end, we were walking back, and I was like, hey, actually, I forgot to bid on something in the auction. I forgot to bid on our first kiss.
Oh, no.
Oh, God, you can't stop with the line.
Should have quit while you were ahead, Chris.
Yeah, how much for a kiss? Okay, now you're just turning her into a prostitute.
No, she actually said, that's not allowed. It actually came with the bid.
That's what she said? That was her response?
Yeah, no, I kid you not. She leaned in and kissed me right there.
Oh, congrats.
Oh, my
Wow.
God.
Can't believe
Okay.
Chris, you are in love.
I totally am.
Then why the hell is she not calling you back?
That's what I can't figure out. I mean, it's just in the next 2 days, we were really texting a lot, back and forth. But then, as the week kind of went on, it was less and less. And the next week, it was barely anything. I was trying to get her to go out on another date. I kept getting not much of a response.
And did you send her anything inappropriate?
No, I was a perfect gentleman, I promise.
You didn't send her a picture and go, how much to touch this?
It's like, how far can I go
Nothing
with
like
this
that?
charity option?
Yeah.
No. I promise, guys. I don't know. I'm like, why would she kiss me at the end of it if, the date was going horribly?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's got to be 20 other guys that are lining up for dates with her because she's just so hot.
All right, well, we'll play a song, come back, call her, and get your second date update, all right?
All right, thanks, guys.
Yeah, man, hang on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
If you're just joining us for today's second date update, Chris is on the phone, and today he wants to call a girl named Sasha. They met at a charity event. He used a very cheesy pickup line to get her to go out on a date. He walked up to her and said, hey, if I donate some money to this charity, would you go out with Daddy? And
He didn't
I
say
think I'm adding
daddy.
the daddy part. But anyway, that's the line that he used. She agreed to go out with him. They had dinner. He said it was a great time. They even ended the date with a kiss. But now she's not calling him back. We're about to get her on the phone and find out why. All right, Chris, any last thoughts before we dial her number?
Man, I don't know. I just don't date girls like this,
Okay.
I can't figure out what's going on, so I'm dying to know.
And if it is something where she's found a guy who is hotter, smarter, I don't know, better in some way, do you think you can convince her to downgrade back to you?
Well, it's not a downgrade, but yeah, no, I could. I think I could. We had such a good connection,
Yeah, totally. It sounds like a great evening.
It's okay to admit it because you said she was out of your league. It's okay to ask her to, come play on the JV team for a little while.
Hey, this JV team is great, okay?
Best
All right.
JV team out there.
Okay, I'm going to dial her phone number right now and see if we can figure out why she's not calling you back. Here we go.
Hello.
Hi, is this Sasha?
Yes, it is.
Hey, Sasha, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning.
What?
Are you familiar with the show?
Yeah, but what are you calling me for?
Well, I'm calling you because somebody recently sent us an email about you.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
What'd they say?
Well, they said that you are incredibly attractive and you're also really smart and really funny.
Okay.
And they also said that you're not calling them back, and they're upset about that.
Oh my God, you must be all those things if your answer is okay. I'd be like, who? Who said that about me?
she's
No
like,
one ever says that about me.
That's definitely me. Okay.
Okay, so who is this?
All right, I'll just tell you before you hang up. His name is Chris, and he met you at a charity auction.
Oh my
You guys
God.
went out to dinner.
Yeah, we did.
Well, Chris emailed us because he said he had a great time with you, but now you're not calling him back.
Yeah, it's just not going to work out between us.
Really?
That sucks.
I mean, you
Can
only...
you tell us why?
I don't know. It's like emotionally and physically, it could be there, but there's just like no texting chemistry at all. Like, it's just not there for me.
Wait.
It's not there.
Hold on. So, like, emotionally and physically in person, it's good, but on text message, you guys are missing something?
Yeah, it's just like he doesn't know how to text, and I just can't, like, it's horrible. I can't.
Huh?
What do you mean he doesn't know how to text, though?
Like, he doesn't text with memes or photos. Like, there's like, sometimes I forget to even, like, reply. I'm just like, where do you go from here? You know?
I'm kind of in awe right now.
Okay, why would that, like, surprise you? Like, when you're texting a boring person, it's way too much work to keep it going.
You know what? I guess I kind of understand what you're talking about. I've texted with some people, and their answers are just short. Their use of punctuation just seems so rude, and I'm like, I don't even want to text with you anymore.
What kind of options do you guys have that your deal breaker is how a person texts? Like, most people's deal breaker is like, I don't know, they don't have a job or they live with their mom or something. Like, that just seems so shallow to me.
Well, I mean, I just need to be entertained, okay? And I like to laugh and have fun. And if I'm not getting that, then, oh, God, I was just bored as
But wait.
Okay.
I just need one more piece of clarity, though. Like, you had a lot of fun on the date, and in person you laughed a lot. It's just via text that you don't like this guy.
Yeah, I mean, in person, like, I'm there and he's there. So, of course, it's like not as much work.
Huh.
But in the texting, it's like, I just need it to be more natural.
You are so not matching the description that he gave of you. Of being smart and charitable.
You don't even know me, and I am all that. But if it's not there, if the chemistry is not there in the texting, which is so important, I mean, God, you must be like old or something that you don't appreciate how important that is.
But, okay, even if I am old and I don't get it, isn't it something you can work on?
Honestly, if you saw some of his texts, no, it's just not there.
Either you have it or you don't, I guess, Sasha.
Whatever.
Well, I'm glad that we can put him on the phone with you right now to talk to you over the phone rather than text you because he's on the other line listening.
He's not on the phone.
Yeah, he is. Chris?
Yeah, right here.
Oh, my God.
So you think I'm boring in text, huh?
Well, you heard it, so yeah.
Oh, brutal.
But, like, what about, like, the date? The date was so much fun, right?
Yeah, but that's just like one part of it. You know, we're not always going to be together and we can't always be physically there. So how many more K's and for sure and ha-has can I take? I just can't.
I don't know what you're looking for in text messages. You want more pictures?
I'm
crazy,
looking
right?
for like some substance. You know?
Okay.
Anything that's funny and not lame.
I mean, not exactly like you're sending like the most interesting texts and stuff. You're like, hey, I have work. Sorry, gotta go.
Yeah, but I bring other things to the party, you know?
What does that even... What do you bring to the party?
Don't make me say it. You know what I bring.
What does she bring?
Yeah, what is she bringing?
Come on, you know I'm really attractive and
Oh, okay. So you send pictures of you being hot to Chris, and you think Chris should be sending you some more entertaining memes or whatever, and having a little more fun.
Yeah, why? Why not? Sure.
Chris, is this the same person you went out on the date with? Because the person you described wasn't basing all of her assets on her looks to me.
That's not all that I have. I have so much more than that. I'm really insulted by that, to be honest with you.
You're the one that said what you bring to the party is your attractiveness. That was on you, man.
That's in addition. That's not all of it. So, like, maybe you need to turn up your hearing aid because I was talking about texting.
Man.
Sasha, this is just crazy. Like, we were just having normal text, and I thought we were having a good time, and you didn't say, like, hey, like, you're being boring, or, like, just give me a heads up, Sasha. Tell me something.
Well, I don't understand why I have to spell it out for you.
Because it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
That's why, Sasha.
I mean, it's stupid, but texting is the reason that you don't want to go out with me again. Like, sorry, I'm not like the most awesome texter in the world. I'm a great guy.
Do you really still like her, Chris?
I would go out with her again because I don't know why she's being this crazy on the phone, but in person it was awesome. So yeah.
You're right, Sasha.
Okay,
you
well-
are that hot.
Well, let me ask, Sasha, I have a feeling you're going to give me a very honest answer because you've been very honest so far about everything. But would you like to go out with Chris again on a second date? We will pay for it.
Honestly, not really.
Huh. Not where I thought you were going to go with it at all.
Yeah, so you guys are having a lot of fun and laughs over this, but I honestly believe that the way you text with someone can really show you if you're like soulmates.
Wow.
What?
Emoji heart that.
Sasha, you don't want to just go on one more date?
Still wants
Let
to
it
go.
go, man. You're better off without her. Come on.
I don't think so, Chris. Sorry, it's not a successful second date for you.
This is crazy. I can't believe this is happening.
Well, you can believe it, and don't text me anymore because I really don't want to have to block you.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
You don't have to block
Are you
your
kidding me?
boring text.
I don't think she's kidding, Chris. I think she's
No.
serious.
Wow.
Yeah, see, that would have been an okay text if you did the W's with all O's and then added a cool emoji after it. It might have worked.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
A lot of text messages about today's second date update. One text at 78592 says, that girl is so basic, I could smell the pumpkin spice through the phone. If you missed today's second date update, Chris wanted to call a girl named Sasha. He thought she was amazing and beautiful, and they had a really good date. We got her on the phone, and she wasn't calling back because she didn't like the way he texted.
You know what? Like I said, if she has that many options, I guess good for her.
Yeah.
Wow.
Apparently, she's incredibly hot. And a lot of people are texting in at 78592, calling her all kinds of names because she sounded shallow. And then there are others who are like, I just want to see what she looks like. And I'm working on it. I'll see if I can figure that out.
But seriously, that guy still wanted to go out with her after all of that.
That's what happens when you're hot.
Like, that is
So we
on
have to-
him at some point, okay?
We
That's
have to
his
see a
fault.
picture of her. We have to. Remember, if you want to do a second date update, all you have to do is email the show, and we will call the person who didn't call you back.
Moving 92.5.
Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
The email that we got in for today's second date update makes me really angry at the internet.
Really?
Since the internet came about, it has made it impossible for cheaters.
Oh.
It really has. Like, it has just ruined cheating. You know, you log on to Facebook and they see your relationship status. Even Ashley Madison, which is a website designed for cheaters, will get your information out at some point. Can't there just be one honest website for cheaters out there? It's just ridiculous.
That's
I'll
not an oxymoron at all.
explain why I say that in just a second. But first, let's introduce you to today's second dater. Her name is Erin. Erin, how are you?
I'm okay. How are you?
Good. Thank you for your email. We'll get into the whole cheating thing in just a second. But you want to call a guy named Adam?
Yeah.
Okay. And how did you meet Adam?
We actually met at a party. I was just chatting with some friends, and he actually ended up coming up to me and striked up a conversation. And
Right in front of your friends? That's a pretty ballsy move.
yeah, I was pretty impressed. I thought, okay.
Did he like elbow your friends out of the way? Like, hey, it's my time now.
This is my conversation, not yours. She's mine. No. He was really like fun about it. He was like, excuse me, ladies, this is a beautiful girl. I would love to chat with her, like steal her away for a second.
That's really cute.
Really, I know. I was really impressed. I was like, okay.
Had you been eyeing him all night too?
No. I actually didn't see him prior to that, but once I did, I was like, oh yeah, he's cute. Okay.
So what'd you guys talk about?
We just chatted about like what we do for a living.
So your email said that you guys went out for dinner. How did that go?
We again had wonderful like conversation, no lulls, no awkward moments. It was a Wednesday night, so we both had work the next morning. So there's no like sleepover, and I'm not that kind of girl.
I read your email.
Yeah.
So you obviously know why this guy's not calling you back.
Yes, I do, unfortunately. I let my emotions get the best of me, that's for sure. So I looked him up online, and I come across his Facebook page, and I see on his profile picture is like him and a girl, and he's like whispering into the girl's ear, and they're like both laughing, and they look like, to me, it looked like he had a girlfriend. And I was immediately suspicious.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. And so I was really mad because I have a history of people cheating on me. Plus, how dare he like go and have a date with somebody else when he might be with this girl? Yeah. You know, like I felt bad for the girl. So I called him up immediately and freaked out. So I was like, how dare you invite me on a date? And
So you called him up and yelled at him.
Yes.
Did you cuss at him and stuff like that?
Yeah. I was just mad. I was just so angry. I really let him have it.
What did he say when you were yelling at him, though? I mean, you guys went out on one date.
What?
Because I was yelling so much. I didn't even let him get a word in. That's how angry I was.
So wait, did you ever ask him, like, do you have a girlfriend, to make sure that he actually did?
No, because I was just like, I just was freaking out.
So you just called him up, he answered the phone, he was like, hello, and you're like, you cheating ass.
Yeah, kind of. I just freaked out, and trust me, I am really mad at myself for it because I actually like him, and I didn't give him a chance to explain, and now he won't pick up my call.
Do you know that girl in the picture wasn't his girlfriend or something, or you still
don't know.
You still have no idea who that is?
I have no idea. With the world of Facebook, everything else is private except that picture. So I really don't know. It could have been his sister. It could have been a girlfriend. It could have been a friend. I don't know. I just feel really bad that I yelled at him instead of giving him a chance and listening to what he had to say to explain it.
That probably would have been a better option to at least go, hey, question for you. Do you have a girlfriend? Not as soon as he answers, just call him a cheater and a liar. And have you tried to apologize since?
Yeah, of course. I mean, those lengthy texts, and I tried to call, but no answer. And I am really, really mad at myself for letting my emotions get the best of me.
You know how you seem, though, right? Like, you seem crazy.
Yeah.
Because you guys went on one date.
know.
Okay, but you.
And you can't really, I mean, how are you going to come back from that if he is in fact single?
I don't know, but at least I can apologize and leave him in the driver position in terms of if we could get a second date. I don't know.
And maybe you can explain to him that you've been cheated on before, and so you jumped the gun.
Yeah, exactly. Like, let's both hash this out, because I'm so sorry I freaked out, but let me explain myself.
All right. Well, we'll play a song, come back, call him, and get your second date update, all right?
Thank you.
Hang on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
Erin is on the phone with us today to do a second date update. She wants to call a dude named Adam that she met at a party. Erin, I have to ask you real quick before we get into this. Did you notice if Adam is a strong man?
What?
Like, is he strong? Does he look like he's got, like, muscles and...
I mean, he was lean.
Okay. Well, I'm just wondering because I'm assuming if he does go out with you again, he's going to need to be able to carry a lot of baggage.
Okay, I'm not one of the crazy ones. I just happened to flip out, okay?
If you're just tuning in for the second date update, Erin is on the phone because she went out on a date with Adam, but after the date, she stalked his Facebook, and there was a picture of him with another girl. It looked like it could have been his girlfriend. She freaked out, called him, yelled at him, called him a cheater, then hung up on him. Didn't even get to hear his side of the story, and that's the last she's ever talked to him. So we're going to call him today. 1, find out if that was his girlfriend. 2, let you try to apologize if it wasn't his girlfriend. And 3, somehow see if we can get another date for you.
Thank you.
All right, well, I'm going to dial the phone number right now and see what he says.
Okay.
Try not to yell at him before we get the information out.
Ha ha.
All right.
Hello?
Hi, can I speak to Adam, please?
This is him.
Adam, how are you? This is Jubal from Brook and Jubal in the Morning.
From what?
Brook and Jubal in the Morning, the radio show?
Yeah, from a radio show?
Yeah. Did I wake you up?
I don't know. I can't do a radio show.
You can't do a radio? No, I don't want you to do a radio show. I'm calling from a radio show, and I just want to talk to you for a second.
I don't know, man. I don't think that's gonna happen.
Are you?
What did you say?
You're a radio show?
Yes.
What does that mean?
Somebody sent us an email about you and asked if we could get you on the phone and talk to you for a few minutes about something.
Okay. Wait, what is it?
Well, it's a segment we do on our show called the Second Date Update. Basically, if you go out on a date with somebody and then end up not calling them back after that date, they have us see if we can get you on the phone and ask what went wrong.
Oh, okay.
The girl that wanted me to call you today knows what went wrong after the date, but she wanted me to see if we can get you on the phone and kind of smooth things over.
No, what girl is this?
Her name is Erin. You probably remember her because she recently yelled at you and called you a cheater and then hung up on you.
Man, I don't think I can deal with that.
Okay. Can you just talk to us for a few minutes about the date? Because it's got to be weird. I'm just curious from like a guy's perspective how weird that is. You go out on a date with a girl one time and then she gets home and starts yelling at you and calling you a cheater.
I don't even know what happened there. Like, she called up and then she just started screaming at me.
Did she explain why she thought you were a cheater?
It was pretty hard to tell. There was a lot of cuss words coming at me, so I couldn't really.
I'll tell you why she did that. She said after the date she went to your Facebook page and saw a picture of you like cuddled up with some girl, and then she just flipped out and thought that you must be cheating on that girl and were trying to get a date with her when you were in a relationship. Is that true?
I don't know what that girl's deal was, man. I really don't.
So I'm assuming that's why you don't want to go out with her again, because she says she's tried to apologize to you.
I mean, what's the point, man? Like, if that's what's gonna happen, I don't want to.
That's understandable. If a girl called me up after a first date and yelled at me for being a cheater when she didn't even know the story, I would be a little bit apprehensive about dating her.
Yeah, I'm not in the mood to be going out with girls right now. I'm just take a little break, I think.
Wouldn't you want to just like hear what she has to say though? Let her apologize, maybe.
I mean, I guess it's just not really
perfect. No, it's good that you say that because she's actually on the other line listening.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, Adam, yeah, I'm really sorry. I can't believe I overreacted like that.
Wait, hold on. You're on the other line? Like, what's going on?
Well, I was trying to get a hold of you, and this seemed to be the only way I could get a hold of you, and I wanted to just explain myself and have you explain yourself, because I obviously wasn't listening the other night, and I really wanted to apologize for that.
Oh, my God.
So what do you have to say to her apology, Adam?
I mean, you don't... you don't have to apologize. You know, I mean, you're right. I am a cheater.
What?
I mean, I have cheated. I didn't cheat on you. I mean, after one date, what is that? But
Okay, well then who's that picture with on your Facebook?
that picture, that's just some girl.
Okay.
I didn't
Some
cheat on
girl.
you, whatever that means, after one date. But I have cheated on a number of girls before, like a lot of girls. So
I'm confused.
what are you confused about? I cheat. I get bored. Like, I get bored with one girl, so I cheat.
So that was your girlfriend and you were cheating.
No, I wasn't, but I would. After that call, I probably would have cheated on you, but it wouldn't have mattered. Like, I would have found a reason. I would have found another girl. So you're right to not want to date me. It's okay. I get it.
Why couldn't you just tell me this? Why couldn't you just pick up the phone or answer my text and just be like, hey, actually, I'm not into this?
No, I mean, I was into you, but I still kind of am, but I think I would eventually cheat on you. So
wait,
At least you're being honest, Adam.
I'm so confused though. You haven't cheated on her, but you know you will in the future, and that's why you can't go out on another date with her?
yeah, definitely.
Well, not that I really want to anyways, because it seems like that's how you see and treat women, and that's disgusting. So
Look, I have cheated over 30 times with different girls, and it's just, I get bored, and I hook up with some random girl at a bar, and then, I know I'm going to do it again. So I would do it again.
You're sort of preemptively not calling her back because you know that you would date her and then end up cheating on her. That's actually kind of nice of you.
in a very weird and immature way.
It really is, though. I mean, at least he's telling you now so that you don't get cheated on, especially if you've been cheated on before, Aaron.
Yeah. Glad I wrote a whole email and took the time to call you today.
What a gentleman.
But, Adam, why not just go on dates then and hang out with girls and have a good time and just be honest that you can't be in a relationship with them?
I don't know. I think I just have a problem. Like, it's probably just more fun and exciting when you're in a relationship to fool around.
So are you proud of the cheating? Because you don't necessarily sound proud of it.
It's just a part of who I am. I don't know. I get bored.
But you don't also sound remorseful either. Like, you're in this matter-of-fact way. This is it.
Honest, though.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, what do you want me to do? I'm just a cheater, and I guess she called me out on it before I had a chance to cheat on her. So,
All right. Well, at this point, I would love to ask if you will go out on another date with Aaron. We'll pay for it.
Well, I don't know how it works. Like, do you give a gift card or like some sort of trip or something? But because I don't know if I'm going to take her, I might take someone else.
I'll just pay for your date with somebody at random.
I'm just being honest, man. Like, that's how this goes.
Wow. Oh my God. Wow. I cannot believe this right now. Seriously.
Aaron, I guess it goes to show you just trust your gut the next time.
Yeah.
Oh.
I think we're right.
We were all ripping on you for calling him up and just assuming that he was cheating and yelling at him, but from now on, any guy you date, feel free to yell at him whenever you want, because you are correct.
Apparently.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Need LASIK? Trust the experienced team at the LASIK Center at Evergreen Eye Center. No glasses, no contacts, no limits. What will you do? LASIK at evergreen.com.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
Today's second dater met the girl he went out with, where I've met almost every single girl I've ever dated.
christianmingle.com. You know, member of that site since it started. You know, I just love it so much. Now, that's where Nathan apparently met the girl he wants us to call today. Nathan, what's up? How are you, man?
Good. I love your show, guys.
Thank you. Appreciate it. So tell us a little bit about meeting the girl you want us to call today. What's her name?
Mia.
Mia. Okay, so you met her on this website?
Yeah, I did the normal thing where both expressed interest. I messaged her through the website, and from there it was off and on for a little bit, and then for about a month straight we were chatting probably almost every other night. Sometimes it would be 3-4 days to go by, but it started progressing from there.
So you guys talked a lot before you actually met in person.
That's the thing. We actually haven't met in person yet.
What?
Yeah.
I thought this was a second date update.
Kind of. Nathan's one of those guys that date never actually happened.
Yeah. I'm walking to the date, and I get a phone call from her, and she tells me that she's got an emergency and that she's going to have to cancel. She's flying to California.
You were actually at the place that you're going to meet her, and she called you and said that she was flying to California?
I mean, I was literally pulling into the restaurant practically.
You didn't happen to notice if she was, like, in the restaurant or, like, in the vicinity of you when she called you, right? Like, maybe she was waiting for you and then saw you and didn't like your outfit and was like, oh, no, thank you. You didn't see her anywhere. Well, look, I've been to meet someone before that I didn't like, and then I just took off when I saw him.
No, but you're like the ultimate jerk. You wouldn't spend months talking to him.
So you didn't see her around, did you?
No, and that's part of the other thing about this that's crazy enough. She doesn't even have a profile pic, so I've never seen a picture of her.
Excuse
You've never seen a picture of this girl?
No, I couldn't tell you what she looks like, and I had asked, and she said I'd rather develop a relationship.
Yeah. How do you start talking to someone on a dating website that doesn't have a profile picture? I know that they're out there. They usually have like a silhouette of somebody that hasn't uploaded it or whatever. But why would you? I don't know. I would not talk to somebody on a dating website that didn't have a profile picture.
In all honesty, at that point, that day I just was going around and looking for people online, and it's somewhat near the area, and I just sent a message saying, hey, how's it going?
Just casting a wide net.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. That day, yeah, I didn't have anything to do. I was on the site, figured I'd strike up a conversation.
Okay.
So you went to go meet her, and she called you right before and said that something came up and she had an emergency. Do you believe her, or do you think she was lying to you?
Well, I was livid at first and pissed, but the conversation actually went on. She wanted to talk to me while she was waiting for her flight.
Okay.
So it made me believe her. And I sort of tried to ask her what was going on. Is there anything I could do? Does she need any help?
Nathan, let's face it. There's no way she's lying to you because you met her on a Christian website, and Christians don't lie. You know that she's telling the truth. But you actually stayed on the phone and chatted with her while she was waiting for her plane to leave.
Yeah.
Okay.
And do you think that maybe you're getting catfished? Like she's just not who she says she is?
I mean, I want to believe in the best, but I've texted her a few times since, and I haven't gotten messages back. So at this point, there's a large portion of me that's thinking, what in God's name is going on? I don't know if it's a kid, a boyfriend there, ex-husband. I don't know how long she's in California for. I just don't know what's going on at all.
And how long ago has it been since you talked?
About 5 days.
It's been about 5 days since you actually spoke with her.
Yep.
Still an emergency. You don't think she might need a little more time with whatever it is?
I mean, in hindsight, probably. I might have jumped the gun a little bit, but at this point, I don't understand the missed text messages.
Well, and you've got to be emotionally invested. I mean, a lot of people would consider this a relationship, even though you haven't even met yet.
For sure. All right, man. Well, we'll play a song, come back, call her, see if we can get her on the phone and get your second date update, okay?
Sounds good.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
I'm going to be honest. I really don't care if Nathan, who's on the phone for a second date update, gets a second date out of this. I just want to know two things about the girl that he was supposed to meet up with on his date. One, what does she look like? And two, why did she have to go to California on an emergency?
Yeah,
that's all I really want to know. Yeah, I want to know why she had to bail on him before their date even started. If you're just tuning into the second date update, Nathan is on the phone. He wants to call Mia. They met on a Christian dating website. Interesting note, she doesn't have a profile picture. He was just chatting up people that day, and he has no idea what she looks like. Anyway, they were supposed to meet for dinner, and when he was walking up to the restaurant, she called, said she had an emergency in California and had to go. So we haven't heard from her since, and he's wondering why she hasn't been calling him back. Now, you do believe her that she had some sort of an emergency in California?
I don't know. I do believe her, but there's part of me that is just like, why hasn't she reached back out yet? I don't understand it.
Why do you have so much trust in this person that you've never seen?
Because of the conversations, they were in depth. I mean, who knows? Maybe she's really good, but it was consistent and it was just the interest in the stories. I mean, these weren't like 5-minute chats or anything like that. We really got in depth.
Okay, cool. Well, I'm going to dial the phone number right now, see if she picks up the phone, and maybe we can find out what happened in California. Or, I mean, if you want a second date, too, I guess we can do that. Yeah. Do you want a second date with her?
Let's hear what the explanation is.
Okay, so you're just like us. You just want to know what went on in California that she had to call in on your date. All right, I'm going to dial the number right now.
All right.
Hello?
Hi, can I speak to Mia, please?
This is she.
Hey, Mia, how are you? This is Jubal from Brook and Jubal in the Morning.
From where?
Brook and Jubal in the Morning? The radio show?
I'm on the radio?
Yes, you are. How are you?
I'm fine.
I'm calling you because we received an email about you from one of our listeners.
Okay.
His name is Nathan, and Nathan emailed us because he was supposed to go out on a date with you, and then you ended up having an emergency that you had to go to in California. Since that day, Nathan has been wondering why you're not answering his text messages, so he emailed us to call you and ask why.
Okay, this is weird.
I know it is. But Nathan wants to know if you don't like him, if you don't want to see him, something like that. If you don't want to see him, just tell us. We'll tell Nathan, and he won't bug you anymore. But other than that, he's wondering if you still want to go out with him. So is there anything that we can tell Nathan from you?
Just tell him I'll call him. And sorry, I've been busy.
So you do want to see Nathan again?
I'm really busy right now, so I just don't know when.
Okay.
I just don't know when I'll
Well, I appreciate you talking to us for a few minutes. We won't take much more of your time. But I just have to know, do you want to see Nathan again? Because it sounds like you don't, the way you said that. If you don't, I'll let him down easy for you.
Look, I'm doing some stuff in my personal life that I just need to, I don't want him to be involved in.
Okay. So your emergency was legit when you called him at the restaurant and said that you had an emergency. I was speculating that you were lying.
I'm in California.
You are.
Still.
Oh, why did you fly so last minute, though?
Look, I'm a little embarrassed about it. It was for a job. I don't want Nathan to judge me for it.
You're embarrassed about the work that you do?
Promise you won't tell him this.
Sure. I mean, I will tell him that you want to see him again, but I won't tell him any other details if they're really embarrassing.
So I'm doing a photo shoot for Playboy.
What?
Oh yeah, that's right. They started doing that again. I forgot.
You're on a Christian Mingles site, and you're
Just because I appreciate my body does not mean I am not a good Christian.
Right.
I am just using the body God gave me.
Okay, so you're doing a photo shoot for Playboy.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yes. It's a job.
Okay, I'll tell you why that confuses me, because he told us about how he met you, and he said on your dating profile, you didn't even have a profile picture. Normally people that would pose for Playboy would have a lot of pictures on their dating profile.
Okay, but also people who pose for Playboy tend to be treated differently because of the way they look. Look, I want Nathan to get to know me for me.
Wow.
You know, for like, my brain and my personality and not my, you know.
You are.
And you talked to him a bunch.
Yeah.
You never brought up what you did for a living?
I didn't want him to think I was some hussy or not a good Christian or whatever, because I am. I have a really good relationship with God. And I just happen to do this for a living.
When were you going to drop this news on him?
Well, I wanted to get to know him, and I wanted him to get to know me, and I wanted to build a solid foundation so that he knows where I'm coming from. You know what I mean? So it's not like, because there's so many stereotypes, and I hate that. There's so many stereotypes of women that pose nude and models and just, you know, there's so much wrapped up in it, and not everybody is the attention-seeking hussy that they're put,
Right.
So that's a stereotype.
If you
I
got
don't like that.
You got a great body. God has gifted you with wonderful looks. Might as well use them to your advantage and make a little dough.
I don't.
Right?
That's exactly right.
And you said that you want to get to know him on another level before you go into all that.
Right.
Right. That's perfect because you sort of just did that.
What do you mean?
Nathan is actually on the other line and heard exactly what you just said.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
You promised.
You've already been this far. You might as well say hi to Nathan.
Hey, Mia.
Someone sounds excited.
Yeah.
That's the best news I've ever gotten in a second date update.
How's it going?
Oh, God, I'm sorry. I didn't want you to find out this way.
But, I don't even know what to think anymore. I mean, of all the reasons you went to California, this wasn't even anywhere near the list.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I don't know that I hate it. I don't know that I know I don't like it, but the people in my life, I don't know how they would react if we went down this road and you weren't Playboy.
Yeah.
I don't want to be that person who judges you. I sort of understand where you're coming from. I mean, believe me, it's not like I haven't seen a Playboy before, but I don't know what to think.
You bad boy, Nathan.
It doesn't make me a bad person. It doesn't make me a bad Christian. I actually love what I do, and I think God made me for this.
Nathan, are you saying that you don't want to see Mia because she poses for these type of magazines?
I mean, I'd definitely like to see her. But
See, and this is why I was worried, because guys treat me differently when they see me in person, And, I don't want to be treated differently.
you want to be treated like every other uggo out there. I understand, but unfortunately for you, you're not. Nathan, so are you worried that it's the people in your life that are going to judge you if you were to go out with Mia now?
I guess I am. Now that I'm thinking about it, if we do end up going out, I guess I'm worried about what other people would think. On the other hand, we had an amazing connection, and I am a guy, I'm a man, so
Yeah.
I definitely would like to see her and meet her.
Okay.
I will say, I know that my husband would have a problem if I was taking pictures naked for other men to look at. I mean, he would, period.
But it's a job, It's like being an actor and having to kiss somebody else. It's not like that's my personal soul. I mean, yes, it's my body, but my body in this case is just, it's like an accessory.
And Nathan, if you like Mia, who cares what anybody else thinks, really?
Yeah.
You guys had a lot of good conversations and stuff like that. Like, if she was a porn star and you really loved her, then who cares what your parents think or your friends?
That one might be a bit different, but
I'm just saying.
yeah, love conquers all, right?
Yeah, so would you go out? Okay, Mia, would you go out with Nathan again? We'll pay for a second date.
Please.
You guys didn't even really go out in the first time, so would you go out with Nathan officially?
I mean, if he doesn't think I'm a bad Christian.
Okay. Nathan, are you going to be an idiot and pass up a date with a Playboy model? I will pay for it.
Mia, how long are you even going to be in California for?
Honestly, I don't know. This was kind of a big job opportunity for me, and I really want to not blow it. So,
at the end of the day, we had an unbelievable connection, and I did, at the very least, like to meet her in person and see if the chemistry is there in person as well.
Sweet.
Yes.
Awesome.
Woo-hoo.
You guys can talk about it more in depth in person.
That sounds
Great.
good.
And Mia, just another question. What issues are you in?
Oh, come on.
Like next October? I want to
It's
know.
show research.
Yeah, no.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Everybody texting in at 78592 wants a date with Mia from today's second date update.
Yes, they do.
It's Brooke and Jubal in the morning, and if you missed today's second date update, Nathan wanted to call Mia. They actually met on a Christian dating website, and he didn't even see her picture before they met, and I guess she was stunning. Anyway, the reason she wasn't really getting back to him was because she was gone in L.A. taking some photos for Playboy, because they're doing photos again.
Yeah, but Playboy's
They stopped doing like photo shoots for a while, but now they're doing them again. and I
Yeah, but
guess-
they're doing the classy ones. They're not doing the nude ones anymore. I mean, it's still
Yeah.
like a little racy, right?
Yeah, and it's
but
still cool to be a playboy.
You know, you could celebrate the body God gave you as a Christian. I don't see why not.
Yeah, I don't see why not either. But Nathan was bothered by it, though.
Yeah, well, I've also never been considered a good Christian, so
Yeah.
I don't know if I have the right opinion.
Can you imagine, though, not seeing a girl, like, she could be anything, and she's a Playboy model? Like, this guy hit the jackpot.
Yeah, it's pretty lucky.
But at the same time, he didn't because he's like,
Yeah.
morally, I can't
It's like,
do this.
I will barely even go look at an apartment if it doesn't have a photo up, let alone go on a date with somebody.
I know.
It's either going to be amazing or a rat-infested mess.
Seriously, remember, if you want to do a second date update, all you have to do is email the show, and we will call the person who didn't call you back.
Moving 92.5.
Napa know-how. Right now, you can get a $20 prepaid Visa gift card by mail with the purchase of a Napa Legend Premium battery. Its superior durability, capacity, and power make it the obvious choice for people who hate getting stranded by a dead car battery. So pretty much everyone. The Napa Legend Premium battery and $20 back. Quality parts, helpful people. That's Napa know-how.
Napa know-how.
At participating Napa Auto Parts stores. Offer ends 2/28/18.
92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
You know, a lot of women will tell you that they think a sexy job is a firefighter or maybe a pilot, something like that. But we all know what women really want is a dude that cuts fabric at your local craft store. That is a hot job.
Last time I was at the craft store and every other time before, it's always been like a 65-year-old woman that's done that for me.
Well, you're going to the wrong craft stores
Apparently.
because there are some hot dudes working at the craft stores. And Denise knows that because that's where she met the dude she wants to call today for a second date update. What's up, Denise?
Hi.
God, you're a maniac, Denise. Rolling out to the craft store, hitting on men.
Well, it didn't go down exactly like that.
Okay, how did it go down?
Well, I had to make a return, and I didn't know if they would accept it because I had bought it at a different store. So I called, and the guy who I spoke to was really nice.
Wait, so you didn't even see this guy in person? You just called him on the phone?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I talked to him, and he was really nice. And, we ended up discovering that we both went to the same high school.
Oh, wow.
Oh, my God. How long were you on the phone with the guy from the craft store about returning some fabric?
It wasn't that long. It was probably longer than a normal conversation, but it wasn't that long.
Did you guys know each other in high school? Did you realize that?
No, I guess we went at different times.
Okay. Well, a lot in common with this craft store fella. Did you ask him out on a date right then, or?
No, I didn't. So, we got off the phone, and then I ended up going right in, in the next hour, and, he was working, and I saw him, and he was really cute.
Which was,
oh, man.
Shocking. Were you shocked by that? You were a little shocked.
I was a little shocked. I was, because I feel like normally it's a 65-year-old lady who's working at the craft store. So
Right.
it was surprising.
Okay, and who asked who out? Did you ask him out or did he ask you out?
We just exchanged numbers and agreed to go out later that night.
Ooh. You and craft store boy are moving quick.
Yeah.
What's his name, by the way, so I don't have to call him that?
His name is Russell.
Russell.
Okay.
Oh,
He probably goes by craft store boy
Yeah.
in all of the circles that he runs in, so it's probably not a big deal. What'd you and Russell do?
We just went to a taqueria and got margaritas and tacos.
Nice.
And how was it?
It was really fun.
Cool.
We both talked about how much we dig a bunch of different TV shows, and there's one that I really want to see, and I feel like people have talked about it, and he was like, oh my gosh, me too, is it? And then I said Dexter as he was saying it, and we were like, what? that?
That's like the most romantic thing I've ever heard. That's a show about a serial killer. So you guys bonded over your interest in a serial killer. That's very romantic.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't that romantic, but it was cool. We both wanted to see the same show.
Okay, that's an easy segue into so we should hang out and see the show together. Did that happen?
So it's funny that you say that because that's exactly what happened next. He asked me over to his apartment to watch Dexter.
Oh, wait, that same night?
Yeah, it was the same night that I talked to him on the phone and then made the return and then eating tacos and drinking margaritas. I'm going over to his apartment and we're watching Dexter. It sounds like I've known him for a month, but it's been just one day.
Yeah, you guys have spent more quality time together than a lot of couples already.
Yeah, cool.
And you didn't feel like it was a ploy just to get you back to the house?
Oh, no, like I totally did, but I was absolutely fine with that.
Oh, okay, good. Okay, you guys are on the same page there, too. Wow.
Yeah.
How did the rest of the evening go?
So we got there and we started watching the show, and it was really good. And before we knew it, it had been, I think we binge watched it for like 3 hours, and nothing happened. We literally watched the show for 3 hours.
That was it?
Yeah, and then what?
Then I was like, oh, it's really, really late. I need to go. And so he walked me to the door and he gave me a hug and I left. And like we agreed we would talk later. But that was it. Nothing like no kissing or anything like that.
Wow, that's weird. He actually just wanted to watch the show that you guys talked about.
Yeah, I guess. Or maybe he was really into it. I mean, it is really good. It's not like I was sitting there waiting for something to happen. I guess it's just thinking about it. I'm like, that's a little weird.
And you're sure he's interested in you and in women?
I think so. I mean, I think we hit it off. I mean, he seemed to be not creepy flirty, but like flirty enough to where it was like, oh, he seems interested in me. Okay. And, you know, he asked me to his house. And
how many times have you guys talked since then?
So here's the weird thing. We text a lot and we talked on the phone a couple times and then it just kind of fizzled out. And I don't know why.
Weird. Well, you know, these craft store employees, they're players. So he's, probably got a ton of girls coming in there making returns. I mean, yeah, he spent a lot of time at the retirement home. You know how it goes.
You guys joke, but if you're a cute boy in a craft store, I'm just telling you, you've got elementary and school teachers everywhere. And there's a lot of cute single ones.
I hope that's not the case because I want the craft store boy for myself.
All right. Well, we'll play a song, come back, call him and get your second date update, okay?
Thank you.
Hang on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
If you're just joining us for today's second date update, Denise is on the phone and she met a guy named Russell, and their first date had all of the makings that a long-lasting relationship needs. It had tacos, a mutual love for arts and crafts, and an insane serial killer. It's really all you need to make a relationship work, and they had everything. So now she's confused why the dude isn't calling her back. They met at a craft store. He actually works there, and they agreed to go out for tacos. They went out for tacos, and after that, they went to go watch Dexter at his place because they were talking about it during the date. But since then, the conversation has kind of trailed off, and now she hasn't heard from him in a while. So we're about to get him on the phone and find out what happened. Are you ready, Denise?
Okay, thanks.
Here we go.
Hello?
Hi, can I speak to Russell, please?
Yeah, this is Russell.
Russell, how are you, man? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning.
What is this?
Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning. It's a radio show.
Why are you calling me?
Because I want to talk to you about something.
Are you hitting on me? Like what? Why is there...
You never know,
No,
Russell.
Yeah. No, I'm not, but I am interested in craft store employees, so maybe someday, Russell.
You know I work at the craft store? Like what is this phone call?
We do a segment on our show called the Second Date Update. So we recently got an email about you from a girl named Denise.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Denise emailed us to see if we could get you on the phone because apparently you've stopped talking to her.
Of course I did.
What do you mean, of course you did? It sounds like you guys spent a lot of time together.
Yeah, I don't know what you would define as a long time. I mean, we hung out one day, one night.
Okay, yeah, she told us that, but I just meant like a lot of time in that one day.
honestly, how much do you know? Like, why would you be... I don't understand this phone call.
Well, we know kind of a lot about your date because Denise emailed us, like I said, and we talked to her about it. And she said that she met you because you work at a craft store that she goes to. And you guys went out for tacos, and then we're talking about Dexter, and then you went back to your place to watch some of the show.
I was honestly shocked that you guys could watch 3 hours of any show after margaritas, and neither one of you made any sort of move on each other.
Wow, yeah. She did tell you a lot, didn't she?
Yeah,
Yeah.
she did.
She told us all about your evening, and that's why she's confused. Like, why'd you stop talking to her?
I stopped talking to her because she's got to respect me.
What?
How is she not respectful?
You know what? I'd rather this just go away. I don't want to talk to her again, and we could just move on from this.
Whoa.
Well, can you give us anything? Because she's really confused. I just want to be able to tell her something.
And I mean, if she did something to like disrespect you, she doesn't know she did
Yeah,
it.
she did. She did. Did she tell you how she finished the entire first season of Dexter without me?
No.
Well, she did. And that was supposed to be our thing. So obviously she doesn't respect me now, does she?
Wait, that's what you're upset about? Like, that's her disrespect, is her finishing the season of Dexter?
You're acting like it's not a big deal. We spend 3 hours getting into this series. This is what we bonded over. She takes off, and then she tells me a few days later that she finished the whole season without me. Yeah, that's a big deal.
Apparently, you sound really upset by this.
Yeah, because this is more than just a TV show. This is what we bonded over, all right? So it does, yeah, it kind of hurts.
What was your reaction to her when she told you that she finished the season?
She texted that to me, and to be honest, I was a little shocked. I wouldn't even say a little shocked. I was a lot of shocked, all right? To finish the whole season, I didn't even want to respond to her. I had to cool off. I had to take a few hours.
Wow.
Huh.
You guys are acting like this is no big deal. This is a big f***ing deal, dude.
I can tell that this is very important to you. And that's why I want to tell you that she's actually on the other line listening and wants to talk to you.
What?
Hey, Russell.
You've been on the phone the whole time?
Yeah.
I'm surprised you have time to be on the phone. I figured you're up to season 2, 3, and 4 by now.
Oh, my God.
I thought this was going to be our thing. I thought this was the start to our relationship. Hey, let's watch the show together. But I guess you had other plans.
Russell, we've never even kissed. We hung out for one day, and you're talking about the start of a relationship? Like, we hung out one time. We hugged. I don't think I've betrayed you here. I thought we just had a good time.
Yeah, we did have a good time. And then you had to go and finish season 1.
I mean, okay, aside from that being a little crazy, it's kind of sweet that he wanted this to be your thing.
Yeah, oh, totally. I agree. I think that's really sweet. But, like, to just decide that, like, oh, this is really offensive and I'm just going to ghost right now because I watched the rest of Dexter is kind of a little insane. Like, I will absolutely go and watch all those episodes with you again, for sure. I had no idea that you were, like, this intense about we're watching it together.
I told you when it was done, that was the best first 3 episodes of my life. Did that not clue you in on how I would want to continue them with you? I mean, this is just a foreshadowing what our relationship would be, is that we would start something and you'd finish it without me.
Oh, wow. Okay. Okay. Thought you were exaggerating when you said that. And also, again, we're not dating.
I'm aware we're not dating, because if we were dating, you wouldn't have finished the season without me. You did. You don't respect me. You don't respect the TV show.
Oh my God. Are you being serious right now, or is this just
I'm
like
110% serious. This is why I haven't texted you back. You only care about yourself.
You're right. It goes so much deeper than just a TV show there, Russell.
Exactly. Thanks for understanding my position on this.
No problem.
Okay, while I do think that, Russell, you're being, like, way over dramatic, he does bring up one point. I mean, if you commit to a TV show with someone, you finish it with someone.
I agree.
Okay, absolutely. And had we agreed, I would understand where he's coming from. But since we didn't talk about it at all, he hugged me at the door and we said, hope we hang out soon. I didn't think I was disrespecting him or cheating on him by watching some episodes the next morning.
You watched it the next morning? Don't watch Game of Thrones or some Don't watch the thing we just started the next morning. That's crazy.
Principal.
Oh my God.
You know how bad I wanted to watch Dexter, but I didn't? I was going to wait for you. In fact, the second you left, I was going to start the 4th episode. But no, I was into you. I respect you. Let's wait, watch Dexter together. Nope, you just decide, I'm going to get some shut-eye, wake up, Russell, I'm going to start episode 4.
Oh my gosh. You are a crazy person.
That's a little crazy.
I can tell you're fired up, Russell, but I have to ask, would you like to go on a second date with Denise? We will pay for it.
No, I don't have time. I have to catch up on Dexter.
Oh, man.
I have a feeling that, Denise, you may be over it, too.
Yeah, I think I'm over it, dude. I can't believe I even like you. You sound like the total opposite of anything that I would like, which is stable.
You know what? I don't need you. I don't need people that are cheaters in my life.
Wow. He is really low-key.
It's important to him.
Yeah. Russell, I really hope you never meet anybody and start Breaking Bad with them.
Yeah, right?
I hope you never meet anyone because that's going to be the craziest, most toxic relationship in the entire world. And that's going to be before you guys even communicate with words.
Spoiler alert, I need to leave.
Oh my God.
Is that all? I'm done here.
Yes, that's all, Russell. The episode is finished, and I'm glad we could all share it together.
Yeah, good for you, smart. Rub it in. I hope a girl never does that to you.
I hope so, too. And Denise, I hope you learned a valuable lesson today.
Absolutely. Don't date psychopaths.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Man, people take their TV watching very seriously.
Yeah.
It's Brooke and Jubal in the morning. Text in at 78592. It says, I had an ex that watched episodes of Park and Rec ahead of where we were at, and it was like a stab through the heart.
It is.
If you don't know what I'm talking about today's second date update. This dude, Russell, got a call from Denise. They went out together, and he wasn't calling her back. On their date, they ended up watching Dexter together, and they really enjoyed it. So she went home and watched a few episodes on her own and told him about it. And he stopped talking to her and didn't want to see her again because she was a liar and a cheater. And how dare she watch more episodes without him? He was pissed. And everybody texting in right now at 78592 is pretty much on his side.
Yeah, okay. I understand being upset, right? It's caused fights in my relationship even before. But to not go out with someone again over it, that seems extreme
I
to me.
refuse to watch anything with my girlfriend for the same reason. You go ahead a couple episodes, I'm like, okay, I will never start anything with you ever again. But you're right, it's not like I'm never going to see her again. I just don't watch TV with her anymore.
You're doing the smart thing. You're not watching TV with her, and you're not watching, because if she did watch an episode ahead of you, you'd probably end up breaking up with her at some point. Somebody texted in at 78592 and says, I kind of get it. I've been dying to watch the new episode of Game of Thrones, but that's my girlfriend's show, and if she finds out, she'll kill me.
Well,
and there's lots of people texting in at 78592 saying they would kill somebody for watching episodes ahead of them.
Did you see the text that says, my husband didn't talk to me for 3 days because I watched an episode of Arrow without him? It was super offensive to him, too, apparently.
Yeah, apparently that's the worst thing you can do in a relationship.
3 days of the silent treatment?
Hey, I feel it, honestly.
I would rather you go out and have an affair. A super emotional one where you spent the whole time talking about how terrible I was as a person and that's why you're cheating on me, then watch one episode of Dexter without me.
Oh my God.
That is ridiculous.
Can you imagine
disrespect?
If you actually did a spoiler to him? Like if you gave him something that happened later in the season?
So they decided not to go out again. He did not want to talk to her anymore, and she was like, you're crazy because you're this upset about me watching Dexter ahead of time, and she didn't want to go out with him. Remember, if you want to do a second date update, all you have to do is email the show, and we will call the person who didn't call you back, and hopefully it's not as bad as what just happened. It's Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Move at 92.5.
Napa know-how.
Right now, you can get a $20 prepaid Visa gift card by mail with the purchase of a Napa Legend Premium battery. Its superior durability, capacity, and power make it the obvious choice for people who hate getting stranded by a dead car battery. So pretty much everyone. The Napa Legend Premium battery and $20 back. Quality parts, helpful people. That's Napa know-how.
Napa know-how.
At participating Napa Auto Parts stores. Offer ends 2/28/18.